waffles around the answers shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe this is the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. Isn't that exactly what a library is?
Yeah.
A storeroom for books. Alright. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more.
Can we pause real quick?
No.
The guy
Yeah.
has been at the hospital for how long?
6 months? 4 months?
For an incurable disease.
Yeah. And?
I don't know, it's just, it's one of those things that seems like, the only reason he got a heart attack was because he got overexcited. So just, I don't see why that would be something you'd have to stay for so long for.
No, he also had surgeries and he's recuperating from them. I mean, when they split open your chest wide open, it takes, some time.
It takes a fucking long time.
Because in order to get to your heart, they literally have to saw your rib cage. Like, my grandpa had an open heart bypass and... yeah.
Well, okay then. Medical facts, guys, with John.
I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. I felt like the time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I don't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if it was gone. I was going to cry.
As if it was going to cry.
But that happened only rarely. I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party.
We forgot how to fucking word.
There is this ritual, the head cardiologist says. He takes some time sorting his papers and setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. He then casually sits down at the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, he Sal. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look for myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters.
Clinical depression?
Insomnia, nausea, dysautonomia. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications, and dosages are listed line after line with code precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid this is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence boost is that? I've had to feel better if you hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it'd be best if you don't return to your old school. What?
What?
Please, calm down, hey Sal. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me that when he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a course called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I?
What am I?
It has a 24-hour nursing staff,
Oh my Christ.
and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Independence is a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, wouldn't there be a 24-hour nursing staff? And you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you.
We're fucking retarded.
We went out there and had a look at it a couple weeks back. I think you like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to the other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a damn opportunity. Well, you used to be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school. And while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. This is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father is right, and many of the graduates from the school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do now? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this like a reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway. But no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I now know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put it in a positive spin, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start. My life ain't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life would look like.
And this is where the game Bully begins.
Yes.
Now we know why he went to the boarding school.
Act 1, life expectancy.
He's pretty cute. Yeah, I said that.
The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seemed to do that, but this one was especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and a glide plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good, I bet. 6 months in a hospital bed, 6 balls.
6 months in a hospital bed. I actually wouldn't mind if I could cook my own food, because I've had food at the hospitals and they suck.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to because you're in bed.
Well, I mean, he was able to go to a library.
Yeah, but they're not gonna let you with fire and sharp objects and
Nah, I think I'll be fine.
whatnot. You go on a murdering rampage. So I walked.
He has a heart condition?
Well, he had depression medication.
That would be doing it to myself.
So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to my dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass all over park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school.